Consideration is thoughtfulness and sensitivity toward others. Most of us have been taught about consideration in terms of politeness. We've all experienced impolite behavior like someone double parking or answering a phone call in a movie. They act without thinking about the impact of their behavior on other people. They're behaving inconsiderately. Consideration is thinking about others and being sensitive to how our behavior impacts them. If you're considerate, you're aware of the people around you. You understand that you're not the only person in the world on a bus or in a room. You know that the way you behave impacts the people around you. Showing it consideration is accommodating the people around you in some way. You adapt your behavior to eliminate any negative impact you could be having on them, or you choose to act in a way that will have a positive impact, whether this is scooting over to make room for someone to sit, or holding a door open for someone behind you. You're adapting your behavior in order to accommodate another person. And consideration is kind, it's polite, it's showing concern and sensitivity to the people around you. It's acknowledging that you are not the only or most important person in the world and behaving as though you care about and respect the people around you. A lack of consideration is called rudeness. Being rude, impolite, or inconsiderate interestingly leads other people to think that you're ignorant. It seems as though that you're being rude because you're unaware that your behavior is negatively affecting other people, or that you just don't know any better. Rudeness is unaccommodating. If you're rude, you're unwilling to change or adapt your behavior in order to suit someone else. You can't be bothered to spare a few minutes or to be inconvenienced because you're only looking out for yourself. And rudeness is unkind, choosing to behave in a way that you know is hurtful or unhelpful. Excessive, foolish consideration is called being a doormat, meaning you let people walk all over you. Instead of merely being aware of people around you and how your behavior impacts them, you constantly worry about it. If you're a doormat, you feel as though you're always in the way or bothering someone. As a doormat, you're seen as spineless. You'll give up what you want or need in order to give it away to someone else. You see everyone else as more important or more worthy than yourself, and you don't stick up for yourself when other people are inconsiderate to you. For this reason, doormats are perceived as weak individuals. Their acts of kindness do not spring from choices, but from insecurities and weaknesses. While it's easy to respect a considerate person, it is very hard to respect a doormat. So, what are the benefits of consideration? First, being considerate helps you get along with others. Part of being a human being is that there are other human beings with whom you'll share space and interact. Think of being in a family, or being in school, or being at work. All these places require interaction with other people. Being considerate helps you get along with everyone better. Having consideration also helps you have healthy boundaries. You get to be aware of the people around you and make healthy, conscious choices about how you're going to interact with them. Since you aren't being rude, you aren't violating the boundaries of other people. And since you aren't being a doormat, you aren't letting other people violate your own boundaries. Consideration makes for healthy boundaries all around. Last, consideration just makes the world a happier place to live. Considerate people are often the happiest people. And when someone is considerate towards you, you feel happier too. We would all like to live in a world where people's boundaries are respected, where no one talks on their phone in the movie theater or no one ever double parks. The world would be a happy place indeed if we were all considerate. How can you develop consideration? First, pay attention. Too often we're so wrapped up in our own little world that we aren't sensitive to the people around us. We aren't thinking about them, so we do things that are inconsiderate. The first step to showing consideration is to truly pay attention to your surroundings and the other people who occupy the same space that you do. Next, you need to determine if you need to adapt your behavior. This is a little tricky because it's a balance between being rude and being a doormat. You need to be sensitive to others and think of them when you act, without violating their boundaries or having them violate yours. Remember, you can only control your own actions, so think about how your actions affect others and adjust accordingly. Finally, a good rule to use is the golden rule, which is simply to treat others the way that you would like to be treated. Everyone wants to be treated with respect and dignity, and everyone wants to be shown a little consideration.